With their voices and their signs, hundreds of people filled Central Square Saturday to protest gun violence. Keene's March for Our Lives event also gave marchers a chance to say what they would like to see changed regarding America's gun laws. High on the list for many here is more regulation of assault-style weapons.
To say that any kind of weapon must be included under the Second Amendment, that's a stretch. But that's real different than saying, somebody can't have a hunting rifle or something for their own use. But I think background checks, that's reasonable.
Others question interpretations of the Second Amendment they think have become distorted over time.
As many people have said previously, it had a purpose when it was first written, but the way it is interpreted nowadays just seems bizarre.
Gun violence could happen anywhere, but high school senior William Holtzman says he feels safe for the most part.
Because not a lot happens in New Hampshire, I do feel relatively safe, and I'm very close with the students and staff there, and I feel good about it. But even when something happens somewhere else, we feel that up here.
Those who are marching for their lives today in Central Square in Keene, along with tons of others across the country, are hoping that this movement will spark a change and end gun violence. KSC TV News, I'm Grace Pecci. Assistant Director of Campus Safety Leonard Crossman says students are safe at KSC.
And we have the policies and procedures in place. We have the working relationship with the Keene Police, and we really have everything right now where we need to be.
If an active shooter were on campus, Campus Safety could alert students in several ways. There are sirens to sound an alarm, and they can even be used as loudspeakers for voice messages. There's also the Campus Alert text system. Campus Safety can even lock buildings remotely to limit a shooter's access. Safety personnel say students should learn where the exits are in buildings they frequently visit. They should also know to assess any situation and know whether to run, hide, or fight. Despite KSC's procedures that have been put in place, some students still feel uncertain on campus.
I think more presence on campus could make students feel safer. Having campus safety, maybe just even the vehicles on Appian might make people more safe, especially at night.
We'll always continue to look at our practices and try and make them better, but we have a good solid base.
Those who feel the need to report any suspicious behavior can visit Campus Safety's website at keene.edu/campus/safety. Again, that's keene.edu/campus/safety. KSC TV, I'm Grace Pecci.
So that's something that we believe that would be really beneficial in terms of energy. We would potentially be giving that energy back to the college, which is always a benefit.
Good evening and welcome to the April 12th edition of KSC TV News. I'm Haley Patch.
And I'm Grace Pecci. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Campus Safety is asking for your help to stop a rash of vandalism. The vandalism is graffiti that's been turning up around campus since February. This is security camera video of the vandalism in progress. In the top left of the screen, you can see the suspect spray painting the bridge. This was in February, and since then, more has turned up at Spalding Gymnasium and the Dining Commons. Campus Safety Director Jeff Mayer says vandalism like this tarnishes the campus's image. Whoever is doing this graffiti is tagging it with the letters S-I-N. If you have information that could help with the investigation, contact Campus Safety. A proposed sober house in Keene has been torn down. The Sentinel reports the house on Church Street had been plagued by disasters. In the past 2 years, there were 2 fires at the house. Part of the roof collapsed recently during high winds. A court ordered the house to be torn down, and workers finally did take it down Friday.
Stay tuned to hear about Mount Ida College closing.
We'll also tell you about a poverty simulation happening on campus. You're watching KSC TV. Keene State College is offering immediate application for Mount Ida College students. The Boston Globe reports the Massachusetts College is closing due to financial problems. UMass Amherst is taking over Mount Ida's campus in Newton. Keene State sent out a news release this week saying KSC is willing to work with any Mount Ida students who wish to transfer here. The KSC Community Service Office is helping students learn about poverty. KSC TV's Emma Hamilton shows us a hands-on project to teach students what it's like to live below the poverty line.
The Academic and Career Advising Office is busy this time of year helping graduating students with job searches.
One of the programs is called Career Clinic. KSC TV's Jack Broder went there recently, and he's live in the studio to tell us about it. Jack?
Thanks, Jack. Coming up, we'll tell you about Keene State College's Graphic Design Showcase.
And find out more on the Monadnock Co-op's future expansion plan. You're watching KSC TV. Keene State College graphic design students are exhibiting their work for family and friends on Friday. This is a one-day exhibition to see what students have been working on for almost 4 years. Faculty and students are excited to celebrate the program and student accomplishments. Graphic design director Randall Hoyt says this is a rewarding experience for students who are able to finally show off all their hard work. The exhibition will take place Friday the 13th in the Media Arts Center at Keene State College from 4 to 7 p.m.
Next week is our final KSC TV newscast of the semester, and we have a special treat in store.
KSC TV journalism professor and founder of KSC TV News, Dr. Rose Kendanis, is retiring at the end of this school year.
Next week, we'll sit down with her to look back at the history of this program spanning nearly 30 years.
That's all for this edition of KSC TV. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll be back next week at the same time. We'll see you then and have a great evening.